Alright everyone, welcome back. Title Update 15 has been out a little while now, and one thing we knew before this update released was that if Massive are to develop another year's worth of content after the next year's worth of content, so we've got season 19, 20, 21, 22, obviously the seasons following that, then these seasons they need to perform well and realistically be profitable for Ubisoft. Ubisoft needs to make sure it's worth their time. So with that in mind, how well has TU15 done? Well, today I want to look at what I believe to be a marker that suggests it's actually doing pretty well and overall the game is growing. So on top of this, we have some other little bits of news that I want to cover as well. So let's just jump straight into it. Drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos. Let's begin. Alright, let's get the ground running here. I decided to make this video because recently there were some jobs announced on Twitter. 2 new jobs became available working on The Division 2. These are a game designer and a game director. Now here's the post on Wednesday with the game designer job, and then there was also another post last week on the Thursday, I believe it was, for the game director's post. Now I'm pretty sure Yannick is being sarcastic when he talks about the game director being a small role. In fact, a further tweet from Yannick distinguishes the difference between the creative director, which I believe Yannick is, and the game director, for anyone that's confused between the two roles. And as you can see from the description provided by Yannick, the game director is a very important role. And as soon as you see the word director, you assume that they're quite an important person. They're probably overseeing other roles. Now, in response to this post, some people were saying the Division 3 was confirmed, but I'm 100% sure the Division 3 is not in the works, and others rightly pointed out that Massive is actually growing. Now, Yannick actually responded confirming the Division 2 team while still small, and that's actually confirmed in the game designer post, I believe. If you go to the job description, it says you'll be joining a small team. Yannick did confirm that whilst it's still small, it is a growing team. Now, I can't think of any better indicator, aside from actual financial results, that TU15 has been successful at this stage. Now, unless I'm severely misinterpreting these new job vacancies, the fact the Division 2 team is growing tells me the game is moving in a good direction. Also, the game director role, as I said before, is a particularly important role. On top of this, interaction on YouTube videos, on the forums, on social media, everywhere else has been pretty good. If you go onto Reddit, I go onto Reddit almost every day to look at new stuff. I would say that before TU15 you'd maybe have, I don't know, a maximum of 300 people on the Reddit forum for the Division 2. But it appears that every time I go on there now, daily, you're looking at more like 1,500 to 1,800 people, which is a 5-fold increase. Now, you do expect, of course, with a new update to have an increase in people on the forums and that sort of stuff, but with this game being as old as it is, and with the fact there was a 2-year hiatus, I did not expect such a big increase. So I think that overall has been pretty good. Also, you've got to take into account that the PTS for TU15 was one of the biggest PTSs yet. I believe it's actually the biggest PTS they've had for the Division 2, and that says a lot about this game. A lot of people that maybe weren't playing prior to TU15 maybe have come back for TU15, and if they haven't, they are still waiting. They are dormant. It's not a case of they're never going to come back, it's just that they're going to come back when they feel like that there is a need there. I do think TU15 and Season 9 has been a real big success for Massive, or at least I hope it has. And if Season 10, 11 and 12 can keep up the momentum, or preferably build on that momentum, then I have no doubt that Ubisoft will greenlight Seasons 13, 14, 15 and 16. And I'm now realising, reading back my script, that earlier I said Season 19, 20, 21 and 22, and that's obviously wrong. All in all, aside from the obvious issues with the game that I covered more than once, I think there are big things on the horizon for the Division 2 and the franchise. Now, speaking of the Division franchise, unrelated to the Division 2, but still important at least to me is, and I'm sure going to be important to a lot of you guys, is any news about the Division Heartland. Now, since the leaked footage last year, there has been, I would say, a ton of testing. More testing than I thought there would have been, but surprisingly for a Ubisoft game, there's been no further footage that has leaked online, at least that I've been privy to, and trust me, I've looked, and I keep looking pretty much every day. I look for Heartland footage or news. Now, there has been some more testing recently, as you will see from this post on Twitter. These were from the June 22nd and to June 24th. I haven't got any more information about what that testing was in respect of the Heartland. I don't know if it was testing a particular section or the whole game, I don't know. There is clearly a lot happening in the background, and I'm expecting the full release to be very different from the alpha footage we saw. There was a recent article from Tom Henderson about extra modes and different stuff that's been kind of iterated on and developed on. So I'm expecting the actual release to be way different to the alpha footage. Now, probably the best opportunity for Ubisoft to provide some kind of more details, maybe a little trailer or some kind of reveal soon, will be Gamescom in August. Ubisoft recently announced its participation in a tweet, as you can see, with Gamescom taking place between August 24th and August 28th. Ubisoft confirmed that a number of games in development will get revealed here, which doesn't mean we're gonna get Heartland news, because Ubisoft has a number of games in development, probably a lot more than what they've told us, but this would be a real good opportunity for them to really get it out there, because I believe that it's still on track to be released before the fiscal year ends, which is April 2023. Also, I know for sure that NDAs are actually being sent out as of, I believe, this weekend for a Ubisoft title in development about upcoming news or an upcoming reveal or some of that nature. Now, I don't know for sure if it's Division related, and I can't really say any more than that. I would say 95 to 99% sure, though, this is going to be about the Division Heartland. And that's what has me convinced that Gamescom could actually be where we get the big reveal for Heartland finally. So we might only have to wait another 7 weeks or so for more information. And that does have me really excited, as I'm hoping the Division Heartland will be the ultimate Division PvP experience, something the franchise has lacked since its inception. Because, you know, let's be honest, the Division 1 PvP, whilst it was really fun, it wasn't perfect, of course, and the Division 2 PvP, in my opinion at least, is nowhere near as good as a Division 1 PvP, but I'm expecting Heartland to trump both of those by a mile and be this really good PvP experience in the Division universe. So yeah, fingers crossed. Last and probably least for this video, there is a maintenance tomorrow. No patch notes or details about what this maintenance is all about yet, but the tweet from the Division 2 account would imply there are some notes. Instead of your kind of like, we're having a maintenance every week but there's nothing really to say, this is more of like we're having a maintenance but there's actually going to be some notes here. So hopefully there is going to be maybe some kind of fix for the PC crash issues, which are still ongoing. Possibly there's going to be a fix for the damage glitch and other stuff. So of course, once we know that information, I'll probably put out a community post tomorrow just confirming to you guys what that stuff's all about, unless of course it's significant, and I'll make a video on it instead. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that video, or you don't want to miss the community post, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and that way you won't. Make sure your notifications are turned on as well, so that if I do put out a video, you don't miss that. But that's it, everyone. Thanks very much for watching. Until the next one, have a go.